When it was released in 1975, Rick Wakeman's Myths and Legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table was regarded as a well-constructed and fantastic piece of progressive rock. At the time, special effect arena shows were all the rage, and it was no question what would be produced for this album. What no one could have guessed, however, was that this particular album would be produced as an ice show spectacular. This wasn't the original intention, though. The first choice was a local castle, to have it be part of the events for its annual King Arthur Festival. When that didn't pan out, they decided on another property and constructing a large inflatable castle to perform alongside. Next was Wembley Stadium, but that too fell through. Running out of options, they went to Wembley Arena. While it could house the event, the space itself had already been converted for their annual ice shows. Wakeman then decided that he would just simply stage the album as an ice performance. He backed it with his own money, knowing that there was little chance of him getting any of it back for the only 3 performances that would be there. Anticipation was high, as all 3 of these shows were completely sold out, and one of the performances was going to be recorded for TV. There was a rumor that live horses would be used in the show, which upset the general public, to which Wakeman showed off the plywood horse costumes that would actually be used. I'm sure that this was the plan the whole time, but it was the 70s, so who knows. The production was high-end, with Wakeman's own band, a full orchestra, a choir, and the international ice performers. The performances themselves were marred by problems. The fog used in the show, when mixed with the ice from the ice rink, expanded exponentially, and many of the musicians couldn't see their sheet music. One of the skaters ripped out her own headgear by skating over the veil that was attached to her head. Wakeman was left dangling in the air when his costume got caught on the wires. When the sword was removed from the anvil at the beginning of the show, it didn't slip out, so the anvil just kind of came with it. Probably the worst mix-up was when one of the knights called in sick and there was no replacement. In the final battle, this resulted in an odd number of knights, leaving one alone with no one to fight, who just kind of falls over at the end. The show got decent reviews, but the 3 performances were the only ones produced in this way. The tour that followed was just a standard rock show. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll find a link below to the show itself. If you're watching on TikTok, then go check out my YouTube. Wakeman said he'd be interested in staging it again, so maybe we'll get another chance to see it in all of its glory. For now, it remains part of the fascinating and odd history of the why not rock and roll attitude performance of the 70s. What do you think about this album? What do you think about this stage show? Were you one of the lucky people who got to see it live? Let me know in the comments below. The content on this channel is made possible from viewers like you. Help the channel grow by supporting me on Ko-fi, which you can find a link to below. You can also help by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.